Guys, how are you all doing? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, whatever your time may be. Okay, it's another episode of Life for Africans in the Diaspora. Mengeto Blanche, I see you. Thanks for joining. Born to do it, thanks for joining. Good evening to you all for those in the UAE. Guys, please keep joining. Once you get here, power tap, share the live. Let's discuss once more. Ambrose, thanks for joining. Lina Matthew, thanks for joining. Good evening to you. Mengeto Blanche, I see you. It's Tracy. Thanks for joining. Guys, please share the live broadcast so we get more participants here. It's another episode for us to discuss about our own reality. It's all about you and I. So what are we waiting for? Guys, please share. Invite your friends, invite your family members, invite those neighbors you know who are back in Africa, whom you think would be interested to travel one day. Guys, please keep power tapping. Mengeto Blanche, I really do appreciate you for power tapping. Danny K, thanks for joining. G, thanks for joining. I see you all. And for those who will be watching this maybe on Facebook, please do not forget to know I love you all so much. And don't forget to follow my page. And for those who will be watching this from YouTube, please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is K and Mom's Reality. For those who are on TikTok who don't know about my YouTube channel, it's K and Mom's Reality, like K and Mom's Reality. That's just it. You can go on and check us out on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe, like I said, because we download these videos we do here on TikTok and upload them on YouTube. It's usually very, very interesting sessions. And I know every single day God has something special for us, because our mission is not just all about fun time, but it is educative and it is aimed at helping someone out there. It's all about talking about what we are facing out here as Africans out of Africa. We know life out of Africa is never easy. It's not easy to leave your homeland, your home, where your comfort zone. We all know what comfort zone it is. So it's not easy to leave your comfort zone to go to an unknown, like a place you've never seen before, a place you've never been there before, a place you have no other person but your God. You know how it is. Dangerous desire. I see you. Please, guys, please share this live broadcast. As usual, if you're interested to come up to share your life experiences or what you're facing right now or what someone next to you experience, then you're highly welcome. You can either send your request or tell us in the comment section and I will send you an invite. We share our experiences. We share what we are facing as at now. We share the harsh realities, what Africans are facing out of Africa. We usually use any country as our case study. We can use any country in Europe. We can use America. That is if we have someone who is willing to share his or her testimony. We cannot say something where we know. No, it's always good to say something that you know. We are in Dubai, we are in the UAE. So for the past weeks, we've been using UAE, we've been using Dubai. But on Wednesday, we had a brother from Nigeria who is in Saudi Arabia. Yes, he shared something about Saudi Arabia to us, and it was amazing. It was powerful. It's on YouTube. You can go there and check at K and Mom's Reality. This one as well will be on YouTube by tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. So if you're interested to share your experience, as usual, send your request or we would send you an invite. That's if you let us know in the comment section that you're interested to share something about your experience out of Africa. We used to talk about agents and all the things they do. We talk about our experiences at work with our colleagues. We talk about family, family, abroad and family back at home. We just talk about everything. We talk about our challenges, what is happening to us. Like, I was about making a video where I wanted us to talk about, let me get my book. I have my book here. Okay. So we have a few participants. I can send an invite right now while we keep waiting for others to join us. Do not forget, it is good to share your experience because you never know. There are thousands of Africans out there. Your testimony is going to save a soul. Your testimony is going to help someone. Usually we tell people, never you indebt yourself for diaspora. Never you sell the last piece of land your family has got for abroad. Never you sell the last, like, never you go into something that will make you stressful or that will make you depressed just to travel, because you never know what is waiting for you. Maybe your agents could be lying to you because it's as usual. All they want is to extort money from you. And ignorant us, we usually fall into temptation. We usually fall into their lies. We believe them. Yes. Now we've had an opportunity where our fellow African brothers and sisters are coming to speak up. They are telling us the truth. So it all depends on you. If you want to take the truth, congratulations to you. Then you're saving yourself by yourself just by listening. We have decided to make social media an interesting and comfort zone for us where we learn and we take home something that can impact our lives positively. We don't want to always just talk about social aspects of life. No, we want to do something different, right? Yeah. So I believe by you sharing your testimony, you're saving a soul or two. Usually, I tell my people, it's all about saving a single soul. If you can save one person, then you've impacted a life, a single life, and it is useful for the day or for your entire life. So it's all about what you want to do and what you consider as the importance of your own existence on earth. Who are you? What do you believe in? What do you hold strong? Okay, so we have, as usual, our sister Blanche, and we have got something something. Let me check your name, bro, because I can't see it completely. So you can. Hello, Blanche. You're welcome.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Tita. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. And you?
I'm good. We thank God for another day. Austin, thanks
Um,
for following. So, what can you tell our fellow brothers and sisters today? I hope you followed us on YouTube. Have you subscribed?
oh, not yet. I'm not a fan of YouTube, Sha, but I will check. I will check
Okay,
and
thank you. Thank you. I don't just want to leave the people on YouTube out of the box. So I have decided I will be downloading these videos and upload them on YouTube so they can also benefit. And I'll try taking it to Facebook as well because we are impacting lives in our own little way. And I pray God be our helper.
Amen.
Amen. So do
Yeah,
you have
so
any?
yeah, mostly my focus mostly is for those that are still in Africa hoping to come
Yes,
to the UAE. That's my
yes.
main focus. Those that are already here, you're already on the battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but those that are not yet there, at least before coming, you should know how to arm yourself. What you're going, you're going to a battlefield, you know what to take.
Mm.
Yes, when going to a battlefield, of course, they are going with their Bibles. But the military
Yes.
people, they are going with
We are
their armor
going.
cars and
Yeah.
so on.
Mm.
So this is a battlefield. It depends on how you are coming.
Mm.
And again, I said it the last time. Don't come and think that you have auntie, uncle, brother, sister here. Oh. Then go
Mm.
leave you for road. The thing is, when I was also there in Cameroon, if somebody told me like this is how they told me actually, people told me, but I was adamant until I got here. I was adamant until I also got here. So
Mm.
if there is somebody that can take an advice, but the thing is, nobody advised me to like, no, Blanche, go for direct employment. If somebody was there to link me up to direct employment, it would have been the
Mm.
best thing the person would ever do for me. But then there was nobody. Everybody you want to chat was visit visa. I'm here, I'm not working, but I get to seek connections for direct
Mm.
employment. I don't trust it yet because I've not tried, I've not tried and I cannot recommend it to somebody, but I think
Mm.
it's better option if you think you want to come to the UAE. It is a better option. This visit
So,
visa,
so
you know,
Blanche, you're
yeah,
saying it's better to come with direct employment.
yes,
But most of these direct employment, let me not say most, some of them,
mhm,
like let me say the agents they use,
that's
they
the
are
problem.
deceitful. They deceive people. Like, okay, I know of someone that I heard a story. The person actually wanted to come as an electrical technician,
Mhm.
but he was deceived. And when he got here, he realized it was a construction job. And
Oh,
they took him about 1.3 million, franc CFA.
mhm,
Yeah. So it's usually not easy. It's not easy to
I
find
know.
a genuine direct
Fine.
employment.
Yeah, truly, it's not easy.
Yeah.
It is really, really not easy. But
So it's just funny. There are other companies, they will take you direct employment, and when you get here, maybe you find out their terms and conditions are not favorable. All they want is that you should return back to Africa. They don't
mm-hmm,
want you to stay within the country and look for another job. I know of another Cameroonian lady who has been working for this said company for 5 years. I don't want to mention the name of the company because it's not proper. So this
mm-hmm.
lady actually got tired because her salary was just 800 dirhams. So
What?
she decided that for 5 years I've been with you guys on 800 dirhams. They are giving
Mm,
them accommodation and transportation, but they don't cook in their accommodation. So you must buy food from outside. You know how expensive it is to get food here in the UAE. So if you're getting your food from outside, it means every day you'll be spending about 20 to 30 dirhams because you'll not
wow.
eat once a day, right?
Yeah.
You can imagine if my salary is 800 dirhams and I'm spending 20 dirhams daily for feeding. You can imagine it means at the end of the month, she will have little or nothing to save up for herself. And back home, they're expecting you to send something.
Yeah.
So you can imagine what this lady has been going through for the past 5 years. And now she has decided that she doesn't want to be with them again, but they are insisting that she should return back to Cameroon.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to understand about this direct employment stuff.
Yes.
I don't know much. I'm just saying because of this frustration we have here with this
Ye-
tourist visa, the way things
Mm.
are getting expensive every day. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's not really funny. I don't know,
Hello,
but
Jude. Thanks for joining.
I really don't know. I cannot speak for every other person because I only got here and I discovered that I have a brother from the quarter that is doing direct employment for security guards. I'm
Okay.
not right. I don't know who has done it before. I
Yeah.
don't know. So unless I try or I see
Mhm.
somebody that has testified that yeah, I'm here, he did this for me, that's why I'm here.
Yeah. Some people are very lucky.
Yeah.
Things just work for them. But some people are quite unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's just
Some are
funny
really
that it could be
unfortunate.
working for your neighbor. Like we were talking last week about grace.
Yeah.
You remember, it's all about grace. The grace
I'm
upon your
telling
head will never be the same grace upon me.
you,
So
you'll
you don't
never
expect that if things are working for you, it will go for me the same way.
yeah.
So it's just a 50-50 thing. If you're willing to try, okay, it's risky, but it's always good to try.
Yeah.
Mm,
Life is always like a businessman. Whatever step you
mm,
want to take is always risky. It's
yeah.
always risky. It is either you come back victorious or you lose. Life is
Hello,
alone. It's a
Mr.
business.
Eyebe. I see you. Thanks for joining. Oh,
Okay,
it
yeah.
just we just pray. It's all about God, sincerely, because sometimes even if you try giving excuses, like it's always good to try. So we'll all learn to try. If you see any direct employment and your spirit is telling you try, then go ahead and try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that one. I know it is somebody that I know very well in the quarter. So if I want to, like, let's say maybe tomorrow I get a job and I want
Mm,
maybe my family member to come here. On a serious note, if my mother is going to meet his mother in their house, they'll go to the police and sign an alliance. If not, I'm not doing
Yeah,
it.
everything should be documented. Sincerely,
Yes,
that's another
everything
thing
has
I've
to
learned
be
out here.
documented.
If we
Well,
don't have a
talk
written
about
document,
something.
trust me, I'm not going to any business deal with
There's a
anybody.
camera. How many this is saying? Wait, 1 minute.
Thank you so much, Sister Blanche. We still have two other participants here. So
All
let's
right,
take
all right.
Mr. God something something. Hello, Blanche, please mute yourself so they can speak as well. Hello. Okay. Since he's unavailable, let's take Mr. Big Rich. Hello, Mr. Big Rich. Please unmute yourself. Okay, Mr. Big Rich, please pardon us. He has unmuted himself, so he wants to speak.
Let him just go on. Let's just go on. I'll come back. I'll come back. Let him just go on.
Okay.
Why?
Hello, Mr. Big Rich. Good evening to you.
Good evening, my sister.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Please tell us where you're streaming from and your contribution as well.
I'm still from Dubai now,
Okay. Wow.
but I didn't hear the question or this thing was. I just joined.
Okay. Okay, so you want us to enlighten you on the
Yes,
topic?
please. Yes, please.
Okay. In the diaspora, you can talk about anything. It's your experience from the day you left. I don't know if you're a Cameroonian or a Nigerian, where from the day you left your country, how you came here, if you came through an agent, was he kind to you? Did he treat you well? Were you duped? Like, what did you realize when you finally got here? What was your experience when you entered your space? Be it a room, a partition, a bed space, like all through your experience getting a job, your present state, like everything.
Oh, okay. First is terrible. Sometimes I want to say
Okay.
it's very, very painful. Your best friend would like to you. It's very, very painful. You understand? I'm a Ghanaian. And
Mm,
actually, I'm doing my own way. And then my friend came to me. He stayed here before, I think 3 years or 4 years, and then he came back. So he came one day to my house. So, Rich, if you get this one, this traveling, you go. I said, cool. If I think it's good to help you, why not? I'll go. And then he talk. I said, okay. And I believe him because he's my best friend. We do everything together.
mm,
Uh, I support him. He supports me. So I never knew he can lie to me. You understand? So everything is said. The day we enter Dubai, but I just want to cry. So see, I'm a man, so I have to hold myself because everything he said is a lie. He told me you reach airport, the company will come and take you, and then he give us some cards. Some I think from company from Dubai, some company in Dubai here. You have that card, so they give the card right to reach. We should call. They'll come and take us. So we reach Dubai airport. I think 4 a.m. We sit at the airport from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. The number is not going through. I'm chatting him. He's not online. We sat there up to 10 p.m. and then now we get him and then he give another number. Is I think best place in Dubai here, partition in Dubai here. So the guy come and pick us. We went there. I think the Dubai have the bed, first one, second one, and the third one, the bed. So me, I didn't know anything. So the guy said
mm,
before we can sleep, you have to pay the bed money. And I asked him how much is the money. He said we pay $120. I said, how how are you going to pay $120 for bed? Is there a room,
mm,
room for personal room or is it with a partition? Is the one bed it's like student bed to the top one? So me too, I'm tired. I want to sleep. I don't want. I have the money, so I just pay the money. I pay the money. We sleep the next day. I chat my brother. I chat my friend. My friend said, "Damn, the man who said the work for us." I said, you told us to reach the airport. The company will come and pick. They'll come and pick us. So why now the man will set to work for us? So the man came and come and told that before the work is not in his hands. Somebody we set the work for him, and he to take us go there. So we have to pay agent fee for the work. I said, ah. So that time I was disturbed. I was totally disturbed. So and I checked my ticket. It's supposed to be I'm supposed to have a return ticket. If you enter, you can receipt to go back. We check no return. They just take in, no out, only in, no out.
So he paid only one-way ticket.
Now we ticket we give they take us no small money. That money I don't want to mention the money. No small money sir. So now I was totally confused. We are two. Me and my friend. He talked to me, and I talked to one of my friends. We are like brothers. And he just say he will go. So we are two guys, and then we came. So we are confident. And we say we go back. So we check. We cannot go back. Now there's nothing we can do. We have to call house and do and another money for. But all thanks to God, we fight, and then like 2 months we get to work and then we left. So it's painful, but for now things are better now. So we thank God.
Wow.
It's no easy.
Congratulations. Finally, you were able to sustain yourself and secure your stay.
It's no easy, my sister. It's no easy. Sometimes it's very painful.
Wow.
I don't want to talk about it, but I don't want to disobey or hear everybody will take it and let
Bro,
something.
if you don't talk about it, you will never heal. There are
Yeah,
thousands of Africans, especially here in the UAE. The depression is coming because they are unable to heal. They have not been able to talk about it because no one wants to listen. And even your fellow, like your family members back home, they know little or nothing about the reality.
no,
It's one thing to tell someone who is back home, and it's another thing for someone who has the same experience like you. That person will be able to understand and feel your pain better. You get it?
yeah, it's
That is
true.
it. So,
Yeah,
so many people, the depression is because they are unable to heal and they want to heal.
yes, 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 yes. Because we came in the room we are sleeping. Some people they would discourage you totally.
Mm,
They say, "Oh, who brought you here? Here is not easy. Yes, who brought you here?" So if you didn't hold yourself, that moment you can do something to yourself because you are discouraged already, and somebody will come and discourage you more totally.
mm,
Because you can see some guys in the morning and they are not doing anything. They are working. They are just sitting down. Some people they are everybody is talking about the way the
yeah.
agent this. You don't hear any conversation apart from agents money, agent money, agent money, agent money. All that you hear every day.
Thank you so much, Mr. God's ambassador. Sincerely. You see, thank you so much, Mr. Big Rich, for for telling us your experience. It's going to encourage someone to speak same like you today. You know, Today you're just
Hello?
saying it, and it's a kind of like it's a relief for you. So I think
Yeah,
because we are still going to upload this on YouTube because we want those who are still in Africa to watch some of these videos. We are trying to encourage our fellow African brothers and
Oh,
sisters to make
oh,
positive
seven.
use of this social media
Eighty
platform.
seven.
It's not all about watching Nigerian movies or American movies. No,
yeah,
come and hear some of these stories. They are real life stories. It's going to help you. It will enlighten you. So when you're maybe experiencing the same thing, you will know how to go about it. You'll be
yeah,
able to ask the right questions at the right time. Because hadn't been you came across this kind of video years ago before you came to UAE, you would have been able to ask that's your friend, that's your best friend. Because we want people to know some of these people encouraging you to come, whether they are your best friends, your family members, or a family friend, or just an agent. Some of them just want to remove that 100,000 from your pocket. That will
yeah,
be their benefit.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we are trying to make people understand. And they will not believe us unless we have people like you who are willing to share their experiences. And we really appreciate you for this. May God bless you for that. Like,
Thank,
you
thank
are a
you,
blessing, sincerely.
thank you.
Thank you so
Wow.
much. And
That's
let's
amazing.
go now to Mr. God's ambassador. Thanks for joining. Please tell us where you're streaming
Thank you very
from,
much.
and you can go ahead with your contribution.
Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome.
I'm streaming from Abu Dhabi.
Okay, wow.
I'm a Cameroonian.
Whoa. I'm a
Yeah.
Cameroonian too, so
The
I got a
name
brother here.
uh, Cameroonian, they are nice like they're nice like you. All right, that's good. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead.
Okay.
My coming to this country, it was where I was coming to the country because where I was planning to go failed. So the one was another option for me to just try.
Okay.
When I was coming, I didn't know anybody. I didn't know anybody, but I had somebody in mind, but the relationship with the person was not that close.
Oh, see, we have a
So
problem with
I
you.
was
Please, excuse me, Mr. God's ambassador. Okay. Big Rich, please mute yourself. Thank you, Mr. God's ambassador. You can go ahead.
so while I was coming, my relationship with the person was not really close,
Mm,
but I was just coming expecting disappointment on 80%
mm,
because first thing to travel, let your mind be prepared for anything.
yeah.
Whether you're coming to meet, if it's your wife or whoever you're going to meet or your father, let your mind be
Mm,
prepared for anything so
mm,
that you will not be surprised. Because it's a level at which you can arrive that uh,
mm,
you are not scared of anything that can happen. If you are ready to walk, then you'll be able to walk.
mm,
So when I arrived, so my plan of coming here, since I had a disappointment where I wanted to travel to, I didn't know where I was going to. That was the first problem. But I knew I was going somewhere. So the funny story, this is my testimony I'm telling you.
mm,
I have never entered a plane before. But while in the plane, I was fasting.
mm,
All the food that they were giving said I've never tasted before. I was fasting. It's fun.
mm-hmm,
I was fasting. I told God I'm going somewhere I don't know, but I'm not depending my strength on man, and I'm not depending anything from man, but I know you are the God of all possibilities.
mm-hmm,
There's somebody that is waiting for me somewhere. I don't know the person. So we had 2 drops. When I arrived in this country by 10, they took me to the accommodation. When I reached there, to cut the whole story short, I I just bowed down my head. I said, okay, God, thank you. This is me in the country.
mm,
I feel like I was sleeping. While I was sleeping, by someone said somewhere that I don't know the place. In the next 1 hour, 10, they needed somebody somewhere in the
mm.
coffee shop.
Wow.
They sent 5 pictures, they refused. So someone said, hey, we have one of our brothers that come from Cameroon. I think let's just go and take and send this picture to him. And
Wow.
then they send the picture. The boss sent a car that go and pick him and bring him jelly. In the space of
Amazing.
1 hour, 30 minutes. So the bed space I paid for 3 months, I've never experienced a bed space. I
Wow.
don't even know how it look like. 1 hour, 30 minutes, they pick me up, the car come and bring me immediately. I leave my luggage here. The next day, the manager had to go America to take my things. The next day, uh, they just gave me a company uniform, everything. The distance was about maybe 20 minutes of trekking. They said, I
Mm,
would like to trek with buy me a bicycle. They say, you know, I want. They tell me, they buy me a bicycle for 20 minute walk, 20 minutes. They buy me a new bicycle. It's just like that.
mm.
So I don't have CV, something like this. I don't know how to look for job or application or interview. I've never experienced it. But what I must encourage people who are back home, the ones that are here, man man who always stand the gap to fail,
Mm.
but God
Will never
is making
fail.
it for good.
Yeah.
There's a point at which when you
Sincerely.
reach in your life, depends so much on God, and
Yeah.
then put man on 80% confident the man can fail. Don't
Mm,
even give the man 50, give the man at least 2%, 20% sure the man can try, but give the man 80% that he will fail. Allow God to work. Allow God to work. You will see God moving in different ways in your life. We have a lot of problems in this country now because even some African brothers are stressing and they are suffering. One of the problems they are suffering is because of us, the African guys in this country. We see opportunity for our brothers. We want them to pay. They will be suffering. We still want them to pay that they are coming. They don't even have money. Maybe they borrow money to bring a year. You are asking him to give him money, 1,000 before you give him a job. You don't even know how he's living. You don't even know how his life is. So this country, I know that there's employment visa, but they should really try to do more. They should inquire very well before they're coming, because sometimes some of us were so around some African brother, as somebody was sleeping under a tree, they were cooking them. As some Ghana guys, they were suffering. I felt so bad. But the African ones, I know them. They have jobs and they are asking for commission, all that kind of things like that. So we are united together. We keep good communication and believing God. We have the potential that this country needed. But the problem is that we are not organized. We don't have a good attitude. And we don't trust ourselves. We don't want to help ourselves.
Thank you so much, God's ambassador, for sharing your testimony. Like, God will continue to increase you. Like, you're just encouraging some of those who are here and they are hopeless. Because we have a few who are saying they've been here for 6 months, for a year, for 2 years. They have never had a legit job. It's maybe only a part-time, maybe, some of these kind of funny jobs. But if we are having people like you to come and testify that the same day they entered, God did it for them, then there is hope now. It's just a reminder that at the end of the day, turn back to God. Look up to him. Remember him. Call him and ask. And surely he will give you that which you so desire. Like, this is an amazing testimony. Sister Blanche, are you there? Can you hear me?
I myself, I was very surprised. I was very surprised. I myself, I was surprised.
Please connect to this our God's ambassador.
What?
Yeah, connect to him.
What is saying? I'm not getting you.
Last testimony that happened.
Come and see great manifesting.
Wow. It's not that I'm in the kitchen.
Last one that happened recently.
Yes, what happened?
Someone met me around.
Okay.
He told me he has been watching me for some time. He just like me. He told me that in the shop, say, take anything that you like.
What?
I never know what to take.
Wow.
But I just took something. Then later, he told me that he wants somebody. The man in this country has to do everything impossible for me to hijack my younger brother from Cameroon, bring him here, and he waited.
Wow.
The man, in short, the visa was not coming out because of the problem Africa having visa problem now. The man facilitated the visa to come out. I hijacked this young man in Cameroon without no planning, bring him here. In short, the next one, I say, take him to my company. I mean, I'm somewhere. I will come in 3 days and tell the other guys that this is a new worker. They should treat him nicely.
Wow.
Sometimes I look at the kind of things that happen. I don't understand, but
wow.
I know God is a God of all possibility, as I said.
Guys, please, we have 26 participants watching us right now. If there's any opening anywhere, that's
so
what
please,
we always
guys,
say.
We should not lose hope.
Yeah.
We should not lose hope.
Is not an addiction, my brother.
Ambassador because a nickname. I'm a pastor. I don't beg God ambassador because a nickname a pastor. So that's me. So that's it. So
wow. Thank you so much for sharing your testimony. Like, okay, we have another sister here, Sister Epie Josephine. She says she doesn't have a job. Bro, the room has been taken. The room has been taken. But if any room comes up again, I'll still upload another video. Someone has taken the room. The only thing we have now is bed space. We have up bed and down bed. We don't have a room anymore for those asking. Like, God's ambassador, the testimony, it still has a way it's affecting me. It's still making my body like meow, meow, meow.
That's great.
No, I'm talking about coming to get a job the very day for more than 1.5. I didn't even believe it because I didn't even know the currency they were
Yeah.
giving me. I didn't even know the currency they were giving me. So I just came. In a place of 45 minutes, I got the job. 45
Wow.
minutes
Wow.
different.
Wow.
45 minutes. That was how it happened different. And
Yeah.
since from that day,
Some of
in
us
short,
have been here.
so
We still have
there is favor. I don't know how it happened. And the kind of favor I've received from the company, the kind of favor I've received from the company,
Okay.
the favor is too
Mr.
much.
Blanche, please mute yourself because I want our brother to repeat it so I can cut just that part and upload it again. Please, brother God's ambassador, just repeat the fact that you spent just about 45 minutes, less than an hour, and you got a job.
Yeah. Is
Please let me go down. I'm coming
45
back up. I want
minutes.
to video something in the kitchen, please.
45 minutes
Okay.
was 45 minutes. Because when I reached there, this company needed someone. They really upload 5 pictures to the company. They said they don't want these guys. So immediately as I finished bowing down my head, I removed my shoes. I placed my bare foot on the floor. This is what I did. I said, God, thank you. This is me in the country. What next? So I feel I was sleeping, like in a trance, but I saw myself somewhere. So somebody just came that this company needs somebody who has upload 5 pictures. They said, wrong one. We have one of our Cameroon brother that just arrived now. Can we just take him upstairs, we take a picture and send to this company? The man said, why not? Let's try. As I take my picture and send to the company, they said, bring him now, like this. In the next 25 minutes, the manager was there with the car from Allen to Abada to pick me immediately. So the best place I paid for 4 months, I did not lay down my head. I did not even lie on the bed. I just sat on the bed. I did not lie. I did not put my back down. My things were still closed. Everything was still blocked. I did not open my back. And that was how it happened up to now, up to date. So I've not experienced best face. I don't know how it looked like. I don't know what happened there.
Wow.
So I told you that my company to go there was 20 minutes. They told me to the shop. They said, can I ride a bike? I said, no, I don't I have a license, but I drive. They buy me a new bicycle to use there. So that was what happened.
Wow. Sincerely, Grace was really speaking for you. To all those typing down there that they connect, may God do it for you just as He did it for our brother. You're really God's ambassador, and God did not forget you. He traveled with you. He was in that plane with you. Okay,
As
thank you
Ella
so
said, the name God ambassador is not a nickname. I'm a pastor.
much.
So it's a serious
Okay.
matter. It's not a
Guys,
nickname.
please, if you're
From
just
from
joining,
full
mute
gospel.
yourselves.
From full gospel.
Oh, wow. My brother's wife is from God's school, and her father is also a pastor. Wow. Okay, well, thank you so much. We really do appreciate you for your testimony. And I believe it's really going to encourage and touch lives because it's rare to find people in this UAE who came in and got a job that same day. Oh my. Mr. Ayok Ashu, please mute yourself. Yeah, thank you so much. Like I said, may God continue to increase you because we believe your testimony is going to touch lives. So we would like you to give an opportunity to others so they can speak. Okay, since Mr. Ayok Ashu doesn't want to mute himself, we will give him the mic. Mr. Ayok Ashu, please, you've got the mic. Welcome. Tell us where you're streaming from and share whatever you have with us.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir, and welcome.
Thank you. Actually, I always tell someone who wishes to come to Dubai when they ask me, bro, is it easy to get a job? I say, for me, I will not tell you that it's easy, but it depends the grace you carry.
Hmm.
People have their own grace. I have a friend, a lady who wrote me one time that she needed a job. She's tried back home. She was doing nursing, but she did not complete the study. So she came in, I keep sending her job. I don't like this one. I don't like this one. Fine. I say, okay, you need to be prayerful. Only God can do things. This is Dubai. You need to put your knees on the floor and make God do the things for you. Listen. The girl called me like a month later and said to me, I got a next job. I said, but you don't have a license. He said, they asked me to work and meanwhile I'm still doing studying. I said, that is grace. God is a man who can do everything. Just believe him. No matter at times it might look like he has forgotten your note, because he's just preparing the right step for you, the right thing that will not cost you anything. I am living here in Dubai because of his grace, because with the circumstances around me, but God always keep me away. So if you want to succeed in this Dubai, you need to hold God. Not just saying I'm a Christian. Study His word, believe, because you will see things that with your eyes, you ask yourself, is this life? But it's just preparing. Okay, I want to testify something. I applied one time in visa in Ireland. Okay, the day I was supposed to make a decision, I have an attack, and I know it was because of that. I didn't get a visa. It was okay. The worst part was I sent money from GHR to return my passport. There was no way. I could not see my passport. I wrote GHR for more than 1 month. They don't reply me. I sat one day. I said, but I don't really understand what is going on. My mother said, no, go and make a new passport. I said, no, I'm serving a God. Because I know Dubai, the process will be so long. The time, where is the time on those? I went into a fasting and prayer. The last day I was finishing the prayer, as I entered the bus, I received a message from GHR that your passport has been sent to you.
Wow.
I just smile. I say there is God. Even when the passport came to Dubai, it was still stuck again. So I still went into fasting and prayer. I said to God that you cannot start something you cannot finish. Finish it. They came and give me the passport I'm working. So if you want to succeed in this life today, you need to know God. If you want to get a job, you need to know God. If you want to live good, you need to know God, because He alone can do everything. Let me tell you something. I'm so happy as I made this topic. I'm so much happy. My weight, I had my weight 164 kg. Yes. At one point of time, I was like, what am I supposed to do? The stress, the thinking, all those things. What am I supposed to do? Even to sleep at times was difficult for me. But as I'm talking to you now, I'm 90.
Wow. This
I am
can only
90.
be God, though.
I didn't take any drug. That Prophet TV Joshua money water therapy. That is what I did. Every day I see 1 kg reducing. Every day I see 1 kg reducing until I'm the one who say I want to stop now, because I reduce in such a way. If you see me on the way, you don't even know I'm the one. That is good.
It can only be God.
It can only be God. So for me, I'm encouraging anyone out there, anything you need, just believe in God. He will do it. People have tried the water therapy. They say, but why is it not working for me? I say, it's grace. You say, are you the only one who know God? I didn't say I'm the only one. It's about your connection with God. So God can do everything. No, don't say that I've lost being in this country for a long time, I don't have a job. Just keep on trying. And when you are giving application, also pray. Like this, my brother said. Do you know this? My brother said when he came to Dubai, he put his back on the floor and kneel. He take all the control in Dubai. He tapped all the grace already. So grace that was working for him. Anything he said at that time would come to pass, because the first one thing we always make mistake is when we go to a new place, we forgot to pray under. The first on our arrival would kneel down or put a hand on the floor, say, God, let the favor of this place work on my grace, or follow me. You will see things happen for your life. All the things, bad things, you see bad things, but they cannot touch you, because from the first day you came into that area, you already cover yourself. You already speak a word. And when you speak a word, it's established.
Yeah.
For those who believe and those who know God, they establish. So when you are moving, grace move with you. So no one should say I'm depressed. I know Dubai is stress. That is why you also need to know God. You also need to know God. Listen to this song, I will pray. If you don't pray, any Christian who
make
cannot pray,
sense of you.
any Christian who cannot pray is useless. Because the devil will be laughing at you, because even Jesus himself, when he came, the devil tempts him so much. Then more of us. So you need to be prayerful, Kadaba. I mean, oh God. At times when you are walking, if you know you cannot pray, just keep on giving the speaking in tongues. Just keep on giving it. I mean, it will help you a lot.
Thank you so
So that
much, Mr. Ayok Ashu. Like, we
oh,
really
I
do
thank you
appreciate
so
you for
much.
your testimony and your words of encouragement. So, it's changing lives. I see someone here. He's saying, I saw Shege Banza in Dubai. My own testimony is coming too. So
Amen.
I appreciate you all for sharing your testimonies. I appreciate you all for the words of encouragement. And I pray we continue in this same manner, because people need to hear these things. People need to hear you encourage them. People need to hear you educate them of the harsh realities. I want us to talk about it, and as well talk about the fact that God is doing marvelous things. Like, God is changing lives. Despite the fact that we have thousands of people saying, Dubai, I stayed in Dubai for 6 months, no job. I stayed in Dubai for a year, no job. There are others whose testimonies are different because they traveled with their God, like they were connected in the spirit, and they took charge of everything that concerns them, and the fact that they were traveling. Like our brother, God's ambassador, his testimony is just a complete example of a person that traveled with God. Like, he was like, God, I've surrendered everything to you. Let your will be done. And it came to pass for him. So we appreciate you and would like to give an opportunity to another person, because we have so many people who want to talk today and we don't have all the time in the world. So may God continue to bless you and increase you, preserve you in this strange land, in this foreign land. So, Sister Epie Josephine, I guess. Are you there?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, yeah, Sister Martha, I'm here.
Good evening, sister, and welcome. Please tell us where you're streaming from. Then you can go ahead with your contribution.
Yes, Sister Martha, thank you very much for letting me into this conversation. I was very, very interested. I am so happy for everything in this
Hmm.
platform. I
We are
am
happy to have you too, and we
in
appreciate
Sharjah,
you
but
as
now
well.
I'm in Al-Ain. I was in Sharjah, but now I'm
Okay.
in Al-Ain.
Okay.
Same, my testimony also is just like for the got I don't know that I got what to
God's ambassador.
God's ambassador on also. I Yes, I entered this country also. I just the my first CV that I put in a company, they just received me there. I just slept there 2 days. The next day I started going for duty. It was just like they were waiting for me to come. Like the Holy Spirit was whipping the company to make my document fast, fast, fast for me. They gave my merit ID, they put my visa, everything, everything. So the company was moving gradually like that, but it came like August last year. Our manager ran away with money, with the company money. Instead of paying our full salary, they are paying us by 800. Instead of 1,600, they were paying us by 800. See, they just stopped paying us. Okay, this April, May, they give me 2 months vacation. I not without any salary. I just say, I am just praying. I say, well, no problem. I have hopes because I have my money with them. I want to see they call me for a termination letter. They say that they have terminated 6 of us without any payment, no salary, nothing, nothing. Because my visa have to expire by August. They said that give us 2 months to look for another job with their same visa. I said no problem. But I told them that how am I going to without to relocate to another place? Because I entered here May 2021. when the corona was really hitting. I'm a nurse by profession, but
Mm.
since I didn't have somebody to hold my hand to direct me, I just jumped into my waitress job. Anything that I saw, I just pick it up, and I just swim into the field of
Mm.
waitress. I was doing good. Everybody loved me. Too much tips in the community.
Mm.
So now I did not even know how to look for a job. It's now that I'm looking for a job.
Okay. It's now that you're experiencing
Now,
Dubai.
yes, it's now that I know the other side of Dubai.
Mm.
Now, because I was praying to God that I want to face my career. I love my profession. I have to go into the nursing job, license or no license, because I'm a licensed nurse from back home. I have my license, but I don't have it here.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
like Brother God Ambassador said that prayers is the master key. And now I've put my CV all for nursing outside for the job market. I am praying for God that I am going to possess my career.
God will do it for
I don't
you.
want to go back to any waitress job or any security or whatever,
Mm.
because I love my career and I love my job. That is my field. So I have to swim inside. So right now I'm with my sister in Alenia, what they call one village, it's Barari or Bara. I don't even know the place. I don't even know where I'm at, but I know that I'm alive in one village
Mhm.
called
Mhm.
Barari. What is Barari? I don't
Oh
know.
my.
So
Oh,
that
it's
is
not
how I found
easy.
myself. Yes,
Yeah.
I will not. I just say that I will not take the company to labor. I will not take them to anywhere, but just my knees have to be on the ground. I will not relent my effort. I'm just
Yeah.
praying for God to
Yeah,
do
that's just the spirit. Please, 1 minute. Mr. Frank, he says, how I wish I can speak. Of course, you can speak. It's just by me sending you an invite and you confirm it. You can speak for yourself, bro. Are you willing to speak? That should be the question. And he said something as well. He says, there is nothing for you as a nurse in the UAE. I disagree with you on that, bro. There are nurses who are taking 4,000 dirhams. There are nurses taking five. There are nurses taking 6,000 dirhams.
yes,
So don't say that. He
yes,
says, tell that lady
for
to
sure.
leave UAE and go to UK. Says who? There is always an opportunity for us all.
They just go like that with empty-handed. You need
That is
money.
it. You don't just travel like that. You need to prepare. There is always something for everyone. Let nobody tell you whatever thing. It's just like saying when you're traveling, when you're leaving Africa, don't travel with your certificates. I don't know. That's what they used to tell us, and it is
Yes.
really bad. How can you be advising your?
Mm.
We had a brother last week. He was from Ghana, I guess, and he was telling us they asked him to travel without his certificate, and he did.
Okay.
Hello, Limpopo. Thanks for
I
joining.
have
I
hope.
really do appreciate you. How are you doing? Do you want to share your experience with us? Good evening, bro, and thanks for joining. Yeah, yeah. Mm, mm, mm. Okay. Mm,
Mm. Yes.
okay.
Mm. waitress, waiter. Mm.
Mm.
Mm. No, we need to wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Mm. Thank you so much. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Okay.
No money.
Mm.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh my.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yes. Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Wasting time.
Oh my.
Mm.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm. Time. Mhm.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah.
Limpopo. Sincerely. You know, UAE is not easy, but people do not understand.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. UK matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Has changed. Wow. Wow.
It's a company.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. Sincerely, like this is just an example of don't assume based on what you see on social media because just based on pictures, no one would know you've gone through such a thing. Like, thank God for giving you the strength to be able to put up with this. Due to time, and we have so many people who want to share today. Let's give the floor to Mr. Frank. We still have Mr. Temi. Thank you for joining. He has something to give because of our sister Apia Josephine. When she was sharing her experience, Mr. Frank said something about she ignoring the fact that she's in UAE and she must get something in UAE. And he was trying to advise her to go to UK. But Mr. Temi is against UK because he says nurses are like they are unsatisfied with the wages they get. So maybe we should give Mr. Temi an opportunity to tell us something about UK because maybe he's in UK, you know? Let's have somebody. Mr. Frank, please, just a few minutes so Mr. Temi can tell us something. Hello, Mr. Temi, are you there?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Thanks for joining.
Hello.
Hello, please tell us where you're streaming
Thank you
from.
very. I'm streaming from UAE, as like every
Okay.
most of the people here,
Okay.
and
Thank you
then
for joining in.
thank you very much. I just want to really put out some facts, and then so that we can separate facts from fiction in
Mm,
regard to UAE and UK.
mm,
Fine. If you are a nurse and then you are licensed and then you come into to UAE, you need to go through uh your your certificate verification, data flow, and you get your license. And then the thing about UAE is that they separate if you are a midwife nurse. Midwife nurse in UAE get as much as 20,000 dirham. Anybody that knows, let's go and find out. That is the any hospital that pay you less, they would probably 15,000 or 18,000 if you're a midwife nurse. That is the standard everywhere. If you are a registered nurse, probably you are working for government, you'll be earning like let's say 15,000. Private, probably as low as 7,000, 8,000. You can do the maths in probably in pounds or dollars. Hmm? But
mm,
right now, if you go to UK, most of the nurses that go to UK, probably last year, probably most of them have family here. They have kids. They want their kids to go to school. They can't pay. The the schools are expensive here, so they want to go there. They got there. Most of them, I know a nurse that is earning like 8,000 dirham here, and she goes to UK, and then he now has to compare and contrast, and then what is she's earning is quite low, and that happens to major lot of them. So, and then you consider that there's also inflation right now in UK. There was a strike early this year. Nurses nurses in the UK
Mm.
regarding their low wage. So, and then you consider the cost of living as well right now is on the high
Mm.
side. So if you want, if I'm going to advise somebody that doesn't have a family, that is single, and he wants to go to UK, I would rather say you should just wait here, or you want to go places like Canada or US. That's where you get a good money. But UK is not an option.
Mm.
Nurses, if you're registered, if you're a registered nurse, I'm not talking about practical nurse. The least you can get is about the least lowest you can get is 7,000, 8,000, 10,000. If you are working with government, you get as much as 15,000 dirham, and they
Wow.
pay you. They pay if you're a midwife nurse, you working for government. I know that for a fact. It's 20,000 dirham.
Wow.
It's 20,000.
Amazing.
I don't know
Good
about private
money.
company. So private company will be within that 15,000 and 20,000. So you should do the math. That's about, we're talking about 6,000 or $7,000.
Mm-hmm.
So just tell me how much are the most of the nurses that goes from here to UK, probably they are in like £2,500,
Okay.
or maybe after tax, what will be left with them is about £1,700 or £1,800. So do the math. So £1,800 or £700, how much is it in dirham? Is it up to 10,000 dirham? It's not up to 10,000. So what you people need to do is that get information before you want to go to anywhere. Get information. Is what is the cost of living at that point in time? UK is struggling at this point in time. If you accept you will, the cost of housing, the cost of everything is on the high side. So it's better for you to be in. Most of their medical professionals are coming down. They are coming to they are in UAE. You have UK nurses, doctors. They
Yeah,
are
that's
coming
true too.
because. So why are they coming? Because they are where they are not, the wages are poor, and inflation is eating deep into the salary. So, and they need to get to somewhere where they can be comfortable. You have UK teachers here. Most of them are coming here. You have
Mm-hmm.
UK medical professionals, doctors, nurses. So why are they coming? So I would say someone should not go, but I will advise you based on, you should decide based on economic reason. You cannot be earning high here and go to UAE, go to UK and earning low, and
Mm.
you still be battling with inflation. So you need to compare and contrast. If you are a nurses and you want to work and say you can go to US, and I will advise US and Canada. That's all. Even though most of the nurses that left here to go to UK, some of them are moved to US and Canada because they are not finding it easy. I have a nurse here. He's not. This one is very close, and then she works with Mediclinic. She's earning 20,000 dirham. It's not a. It's not that I had. It's what I know. She's earning 20,000 dirham. She went to UK. She's earning low. The lady nearly got depressed because it's not comparable for someone that is earning 20,000 dirham here, and now go to UK and earning as
Connection.
low.
Okay.
So you need
Thank
to.
you so
So
much.
you need to have your information right. Most important thing, get information right before you make a
Okay.
move. If you are
Okay.
if you are if you are if you are married, the reason most of people, nurses, they move or whatever,
It's for the
maybe some of them have
security.
are married and they have their husband. They very probably their husband could not get a job,
Mm-hmm.
something like that, and they have a kid. So because of that reason, most of them move to the UK. But for someone that is single and then doesn't have no family here, right? I think it's better to stay here, get some money, probably move to US or Canada. That's what
Okay,
I can
Papa. Thank you
suggest.
very much. UAE, we are here.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
That,
Please, can I speak now,
my,
please?
my my brother, just let me just respond to what she said.
Or let me
Thank you
leave
very
it
much.
next
You know
time.
what? No, wait, just
Mr. Timmy, we suspended someone just to let you speak to
okay,
us. And
okay.
yeah, Frank, we can't let you go without saying something, please.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
I'm streaming
welcome.
from Nigeria. I'm in Nigeria right now.
Okay, wow.
One
We are
thing,
glad to
one
have
thing,
you.
thank you very much. One thing you need to know is that there is no smoke without fire. Like the previous lady, she said in her home country, she's a nurse. Then she came
Yes.
to UAE and she's working as a waitress.
Mm.
That is to tell you the challenges she's facing in UAE. Now, to get that nursing job in UAE for her will be very, very stressful. Instead of her wasting her money staying in UAE, still searching for that nursing job, is it not better she goes to UK or Canada or America? That is my point. Now,
Mm.
I will start like this. In Nigeria, I I read education, biology education.
Mm.
So I am a professional teacher. I'm a
Mm.
teacher by profession. And
Mm.
I went further to undergo training like nursing assistant training in a maternity home.
Mm.
Then when I came to UAE, the person that did my visa did not tell me anything. The person just said, "Come to UAE, that is job." I gave the person money for job. When I came to UAE, I found out that the person did not provide any job for me. There was not like job for me. So that was where my story, that was where my hardship started.
Mm.
So he locked me in the hotel and went out because I was disturbing him. I need job. He locked me in the hotel and he went out. I called him on phone and I told him, you have just 10 minutes to come and open this hotel room. Because if you don't, I will break this door. And if police comes, they will arrest you because I will tell them that you kidnapped me because I'm a visitor. I just came in with visiting visa. That was how he came. He shouted. I told him no problem that I'm leaving. I left. The taxi man that was supposed to come and pick me, the first thing the taxi man asked me was, do you understand Yoruba? Because I'm an Igbo guy. He asked me, do you understand Yoruba? I said no. Then he started speaking he called somebody and he was like, I served in Akure, so I understand Yoruba very, very well. So he was like telling the person that they should coincide me, they should collect my passport, collect my flight ticket. After those things, before the guy would drive his taxi down to where I am, I just shift. I left that area.
Mm.
I called the other guy from Alin because I was in charger there. I landed the charger. I called the guy from Alin again. I told him send another taxi man. Before he sent another taxi, that was how I entered from charger to Alin. My certificate, I left it in Nigeria. I started searching for job with my printed copy. I started searching for job. Any school I go to, they will tell me what nationality. Nigeria, no job. Nigeria, no job. I have tailoring skill. That was how I got where I was working in UAE. I was working as a tailor in an upholstery department. They usually repair chairs and other things, cutting, bed. That was how I started working there. We go to work 8 in the morning. We close 10 in the night. Before you reach home, take your bath, it is already 12. Before you speak to your family members, it is already 3. Before you sleep, you wake up again 8 in the morning again. I did this for complete 1 year. Complete 1 year. Then a friend of mine told me, since you have nursing assistant experience, why not go for caregiving course or nursing assistant course again in UAE? Let it be verified, something like that. That
Mm.
was how I enrolled in Newton Newton Academy in Alain. I started nursing assistant and caregiver course again. I started in December, I finished in July. The moment I finished, I started searching for job. Before then, previously, before I got my visa, that day they fought in charger. That was the day I went for medical.
Mm.
So before they would ban Nigeria visa, mine has already gone through. So I was very, very lucky. Had it
Mm-hmm.
been I stayed just one day,
Mm.
that visa ban would have affected me.
Mm.
So I was very, very lucky. Now, fast forward, after my caregiving course and um, nursing assistant course, I started looking for job again. What nationality? Nigeria. Kalas, no visa. Visa no going. Nigeria no going. I was depressed. There was no money because UAE, my salary then, I was most educated in my department because all of them, the Bengali guys and some just Bengali guys and Pakistani guys, they were illiterate. I was the only person that went to school. Yet my salary was 1,000. They were collecting 1,800, 2,000. My salary was 1,000. I was my sewing machine was under the sun. Under the sun. While theirs was inside. You know, it was just frustrating. I had no hope, but I gave myself hope. I just gave myself hope. After my nursing assistant course, I had somebody told me that UK they need workers, care assistants. I wrote IELTS, August 26th. I wrote IELTS. I passed the IELTS. I was targeting 4.5, but I got 6. I passed the IELTS. I started applying for job. I applied for more than 500 jobs, care assistant job in UK. Until I got the first one, I went for interview October 4th. I failed the interview because I just went for class. I have not done anything practical. And the questions they were asking me for that in that interview were completely practical. So I failed the interview. I got second interview. I failed the interview until I got the third interview. I told myself this particular one, I must pass it. I went back to the first one, the first questions. I brought out all the ones I failed with the ones I passed. I compiled it, went to the second one, the same thing. Then I prepared for the third one. And the agency that contacted me was MMA recruitment. I just prayed on my birthday, November 4th. I told God this year I need an offer letter and I want to leave this country because there's nothing good for me in this UAE. Nigeria visa, you can't renew, nothing. Man, I was UAE. I saw hell in UAE. As God may have it, November 24th. My birthday was November 4th. I prayed. November 24th, MMA contacted me and they said, "Are you interested in so job?" I told them yes. I thought it was scam. Then they booked me for interview. I passed the interview. December 7th. December 14th, they sent me offer letter. I thought it was scam. Then early January, the place I am working, I never knew this man was into illegal stuff. The place I'm working, the owner of the company, he's into real estate.
Mm.
He's into real estate. So anything they need, like chairs, we repair the chairs, we sent it back to the apartment.
Building.
We
Yeah.
yeah, we never knew this man was into illegal stuff. He sells cream that has expired since 2019. He claims the expiry date and stamp another one on it. Even
Oh,
condom,
gosh.
cosmetics, many things. So CID came to our apartment. They arrested everybody. Even the man self, he's still in the police custody up to now. During this period, my recruitment process is still going on, and I was having double mind. What if this thing is scam? What if? So I was just scared. But
Mm.
as God may have it, my COS came out. I did not give MMA 1 naira. I did not give them 1 dirham. They did everything for me. They processed everything for me. My COS came out. My certificate of sponsorship came out. Before you know it, 30th December, 30th, 27th of February, my COS came out. 30th of 30th of March, my UK visa came out. My skilled worker visa for UK came out.
Hmm.
I went
Wow.
straight to my boss. I told my boss I want to go for vacation. Before I even before I even collected my passport from them was another story altogether. It was hell before they could give me my passport. But as God may have it, I collected my passport and I told myself this passport I will not give it back to them
Hmm.
because I'm going for something reasonable and this passport will
Hmm.
not go back to their hands again. So when I got my visa, I told them I want to go for vacation. They said until I bring back my passport. I told them, okay, in that case, I'm no longer working again, terminate my contract.
Hmm.
They told me until I bring back my passport. I said, okay, since you want show me say you get sense past me, I go show you say I be Nigerian. I
Hmm.
went online to More application and
Yeah.
ICP UAE. I downloaded my Emirate ID. I downloaded my passport. I downloaded my visa, my resident permit, and I sent it directly to the person in charge of our visa. I told the person, I can't bring back my passport. Use this my photocopy passport and terminate me. I am coming
Hmm.
tomorrow to collect everything you are owing me. That was what I just told the person. I wrote letter, I photocopied it, I have my own copy. When I went there, I gave them their own copy. Before I could reach there, they've processed everything. That was how my my residence, my Emirates ID, my contract was terminated. I came back to Nigeria to stay with my family, and by next month, I am going to UK. Now,
Wow.
there are so many agencies, like so many people are buying COS, which is very, very risky. The COS
Hmm.
is free. The COS is free, like MMA recruitment. I would advise that lady to contact MMA recruitment. Let her fill the form. They will get to her, and definitely she will get a job in UK.
Wow.
Like me now, if I get to UK now, my contract is 3 years. After my 3 years, I'll go for mental health nursing.
Hmm.
What is it called? Masters in mental health nursing, and after that, I'll switch over to full-time nursing, and they'll be paying me what they
Yeah.
are paying somebody with masters. So
Yeah.
instead of her wasting her time in UAE searching for nursing job, which is very, very stressful to her, and her skin is black. It is very, very stressful for a black person. The UAE nationals, they are not racist, but the other nationals that came to UAE, they are the
They
ones
had
that
a
are
racist
racist.
one. Yeah.
Especially the Indians, the Philippines. There are many of them, Pakistan, Bangladesh. These are the problems we are having in UAE. So instead of
Especially Philippines, because I've had a Filipino tell me I don't want to work with blacks, like directly to my face.
when I was searching for a job, I went to one hospital at Allen. I submitted my CV. The receptionist there was a Filipino. I gave her my CV. In my presence, she tore my CV. I could not
Okay.
do anything because I
Mm-hmm.
needed a job.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw hell in UAE. I saw hell in UAE. So that lady, I would just advise her. Had it been she's a nurse already working in UAE, I would not advise her to go to UK. But she's a nurse working as a waitress in UAE, and you know the kind of
Presently,
distress you pass through.
presently, she doesn't have a job. She had a job as a waitress, but now she has no job. She's job hunting.
So let her apply to go to UK or any other country.
Thank you
That is
so much.
advisable.
Thank you so
Okay.
much, Mr. Frank, for your contribution. Like, it's so helpful, and I believe people are learning. Like, for me, I used to say our interest is our fellow African brothers and sisters who are still in Africa. But at the end of the day, we are all learning, because even those who are still here in Dubai or here in the UAE, it's not easy. And with your experience, like, you can imagine, like, we've had wonderful stories today. We've had people sharing like unimaginable stories, like Limpopo's experience, Big Ridge, like we had another God's ambassador. His own is just it was amazing. I appreciate you all for coming. We have, and like I said, we'll be uploading this in mom's reality. So you can as well go there and check us out, and you can share to those who are still in Africa, to whoever you think it could be useful to. We will not have maybe pictures or videos of those who have shared their testimonies, but their voices will be there. Their voices will be heard direct from the horse's mouth. And now I'm trying to as well share it on Facebook because we want people to be aware. People are not sharing these realities. That's why we have fellow African brothers and sisters still falling the same mess we fell into, still experiencing the same things we experienced because we don't share it. But thank God we are here today and we have
even though you
started.
share
We
it,
will
we
continue.
Africans, we are very, very stubborn. They will say, "Oh, you are over there enjoying. Now you don't want me to come." Let them come. Let them see it with their own eyes. If they are
It's
fed up, they'll
okay.
go back.
Yeah, it's the same thing we are saying. We are sharing it. For you who is saying you're there, you're enjoying, you're running your mouth, it's okay. Get the information. Don't take it. Don't follow what we are saying. Come on your own. Come and do the same mistake. It is okay. We will clap for you. When you'll be crying, we'll remind you that those videos are there. Some of you have been watching. Some of you have deliberately refused, but just want to take the information. Some people vote. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Whoever that says they don't want to take some of these harsh realities, that's what I call it. They are harsh realities. Realities you will hear and you'll be like, you don't want to believe, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Usually we say, if you have any job opportunity, any job opening, tell us here because we have people who are still searching. We have people who have not had jobs for 6 months, for a year. So, if there's any where you are, please tell us because we are trying to eliminate these people who call themselves agents, especially those ones taking commission. We are trying to eliminate them in our society, but we don't know how to go about it. So we've started in our own little way. So if you come here and there's any opening, don't fail to tell us. Don't fail to tell us. You could someone you know or someone you don't know without you knowing. So I appreciate all those who've been here to share their experiences, and may God keep using you. And to you, Mr. Frank, as you go to travel, may God be with you. May God keep giving you the strength and the ability to continue pushing. And I pray that where you're going to, may it favor you. May it favor you because we believe you will be here again to tell us about UK, to tell us something positive, and even the negative things about okay, you tell us because some of us are hoping they will as it. So we are glad to have you, and we strongly believe we will look for you so you come and tell us something about you UK. There's no way you run away from us. Now that we have you, we will hold you by your trouser. We will hold you this tight. That's you go nowhere. You will tell us. We really do appreciate you all. Mr. Big Rich. We still have somebody who has not said anything since he came. Mr. David. Hello, tell us where you're
Hi, hi, hi. I am streaming from
from
Rasukema.
and then we have your contribution. Wow, thank God. We have someone from Rasakema today. So how is Rasakema today?
No, Rasukema is very cool, very good. Yeah, thank God.
Glad to
Yeah,
hear.
before I came, oh, let me start from here. I was just watching one of your videos. You were saying your life story, and before I discovered you were alive, so I said at least let me come. Oh, sorry, my network.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Frank. See you next time. Have a blessed evening. Okay, David. Oh, hello. Okay. David is gone, or maybe something is wrong with his mic because it's not like he muted himself, but he's not saying anything. So we can call it a day. We've come to the end of this live broadcast, and I can't really thank you guys enough for this particular live stream of today. You guys have been amazing. amazing. Your contributions have been impactful, and I pray we keep doing this again and again and again, because it's only by you and I sharing our experiences that others will be able to learn. Like, there are some people who have been working for companies, like they came with direct employment, and they are so comfortable, they don't even want to leave, but they don't know about UAE. Because if you leave Africa and come and get into any accommodation, and you move from accommodation from work back to work, tell me you don't know anything. If the time that maybe came and you got a skilled job, like immediately, then take it from me, you don't have an experience about UAE. Yes, you, excuse. Oh my goodness, sorry guys. Like you don't have an experience about UAE, especially when you're an African. Especially when you're an African. If you get a skilled job, immediately you join, like immediately you travel to UAE as an African, you'll be ignorant about the harsh realities, about what Africans are facing out here. That's why you find an African saying for a licensed nurse to be working as a waitress is strange. They don't understand, they don't get it. It's not funny, yeah? It's not easy, trust me. Okay, David, maybe you actually have something to say. I'll just give you an opportunity to, because I was about leaving. Hello, David.
Sorry, I have some connection issue.
Okay, you can just rapidly give your contribution because we are gradually getting to the end of this. So, you said you watched one of my video where I was talking about my life story. So,
Yeah. So
here
from that, I
about life
discovered
for Africa and the diaspora. We use any country as a case study, but since you're in the UAE, maybe you have something for us about the UAE.
yeah. Before I came, I was first of all
How
living
is
in
life
Dubai.
treating you in the UAE?
Yeah,
Okay,
before I came, I was living in Dubai at first. I was in Dubai for 5 months,
okay.
plus, yeah. And the day I
Mm,
came, that was on the 28th February 2022. I came,
okay.
and the following day, some of my Cameroonian brothers too, they came. We were in the same accommodation.
Mm,
From there,
okay.
anytime we are going out in search of job, then I discovered that some that they are already supporting us. So every day when I said, bro, please, I left home to feed home. Just allow me to do what I
Mm,
can do because there was too much sun outside, man. They said, oh, I'm working as if my dog is missing. I said, bro, I'm looking for a job. Just allow
mm,
me. I went to more than 10 companies. I work in more than 10 companies. Then I discovered those companies that are all fake because I will go today. The boss will tell me, no, we talk about your visa and the salary tomorrow. Tomorrow I will come and say, please, what about this? You tell me no the next day. Or I say, no, I cannot do this. Some I work for 2 days, some I work for 1 day.
mm,
Then I did visa change.
mm-hmm,
I did visa change. That was okay. Let me just continue. Then after my visa change, I was still in in Dubai. I was still in Dubai. Then one of my friends from Sharjah called me that he have one lady that have work and she need commission. I said how
mm,
much the commission? He told me 800. I said no problem. I said what's the job? He said no. The ladies have not told him any details concerning the job. That she just come. I left there. That was in the morning, very early. And he said the lady needs me urgent. I said okay. I left there without even brushing, without even doing anything. I just left. I went out because I had the money with me. The company she took me there. I went. The guy, the company owner said no, my age is not. He cannot take it because my age is low. I said okay. Then luckily, inside the vehicle, the lady got another call from this company I'm working now. That no, it needs a security guard. So that lady, by then I was not having CV, any security CV. I called one of my brother in the Sharjah, that bro, please, I'm going for a security job, and they said I need CV, please, can you edit the CV and send to me? He edited the CV and sent to me. Inside the vehicle. I just went through that CV. I just went through that CV inside the vehicle, and as I get to that company, we were 10 of us. We went through interview. I did not have any serious certificate. We went through interview. Then everything they asked me for in that interview was from that. It was in that CV. Luckily, I tried my best. That among the 10 of us, I was the only one selected.
Wow.
Some had CV. I do not have. Some had CV. I do not have any CV, but I was selected.
Amazing.
Just because I said no, I cannot leave my home, come here in search of job. Then I have friends. They are only friends. They are not even my family members. That they are discouraging me every day. And finally, we were 6 of us. 4 went back. And those are the people that were always saying, no, this is, bro, there is too much on outside. This, they were saying all sorts of things, but I keep on saying, no, I left home to fit home. If I go back
Yeah.
home without anything, what am I going to tell my people? What am I going to do? I'm going to
That
start
is
from
the
square one. I have
question.
not. So that's just it. I just brief it out. I could speak for long, but he said you are closing soon. That's why I just said
Yeah.
let me do it out like this.
Dubai
Thank you so
experience.
much. Yeah. We share our experiences every Wednesday and Friday, 7 p.m. UAE time. So we start from 7 and we stop by 9. So I just have to inform you guys, I have about 15 minutes more. So I
Yeah.
really do appreciate you. We've had several people, like so many. They have been sharing, like, oh my goodness. It's not easy. People have stories
Yeah,
out
sure.
here.
It's
I really
not
had
easy.
I really had a long story about Dubai to share, but due to the
It's
time,
okay.
Hey,
We still have next week. We still have Wednesday. 7 p.m. on Wednesday. Please don't fail.
and thank God I went across your video today. It's from that your
Oh,
video I discovered you are alive. I mean, so that your video, it really touches me, mate.
oh my. Wow. Like,
Dubai is not easy.
Dubai is
Dubai
not
is not a
easy,
bed of
bro.
roses.
Du- I used to ask them that before I came, I used to hear that Dubai is the land of milk and honey. Where is the milk and honey?
Not in this
I
land.
came here 2019. Before I could
Okay.
stand, let me say 50% in Dubai. That's 2021.
Mm,
I came here April 2019. I started searching for a job. I was staying in Abu Hail in bed space.
Oh,
In
that's my
that bed
area
space, I
too.
was the only person that does not consume alcohol. Everybody was drinking. There was party every day. So you arrange with people to go and search for a job the next day. They will drink and get drunk. The next day, there's
mm,
no way to go. I have to go to the street alone. I search. My visa was remaining 1 month. I went
mm.
to one company in Rasakor. The manager, I just entered the gate. The manager asked me, "Can you work? Do you have strength?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Come and start tomorrow."
Wow.
We did not discuss anything. He just said, "Come and start tomorrow." I came to my room. I told my cousin. He said I should go and verify. I went the next day. He told me the salary is 1-2.
Mm,
No room, no accommodation, no food. I just gave him my passport. I started that day. I came back and my cousin said, "No, go and collect your passport. How can you be working for 1-2? No room, no accommodation, nothing. That is better I do visa change." That he would do the visa change for me. I said that no, there's no need. I have the strength. I worked from that time for a salary of 1-2. We were 5 of us that started the job the same day. I worked with 1-2 for 1 year, 9 months.
mm,
4 of us, 2 left. After then, they added my salary to 1-5. One guy left, that the salary was still small.
mm.
So it's a transport company. So I said, well, I was a plumber back then in Cameroon, so let me just meet the Arbab. If he can allow me in the mechanic section, let me learn something. Luckily, he accepted. I went to
Baby, thanks
learn
for the
operate.
gift.
I went to learn how to operate. I learned for 1 year, and I'm an operator now in the company.
Wow. Wow. Like, wow.
Just imagine.
Congratulations, bro.
Too much of patience and tolerance.
Yes,
That's
that's
good, bro.
UAE. UAE will teach you patience. Like,
See,
if you say you're
there is
not the
one thing.
humble type, UAE will humble you.
There is one thing I'm always telling our African brothers and sisters. There is one thing, we are not here to compete. If you go to a company and you meet people who are already there is what we
Mm,
call tolerance.
mm,
When you work in a company for 2 years, 1 year, you
mm.
have a stand, you have a say. When you
Yeah.
go new, try to tolerate whatever rubbish the co-workers are doing.
Mm,
Or try to
I'm
work
not
to
for
their
that.
lane.
No,
Don't
no,
compete. Don't compete with them. That one
Yeah.
thing we mistake. Some people be like, I need my respect. What respect? We need money, not respect. For me, I prefer you disrespect me and you help me and you give me money. Don't respect me and you don't give me money.
Hi, Kameline. How are you doing? Very
Well,
true. Like you
that's the
need to
mistake
be
people make.
patient and
Yeah, you
master
need
your
respect,
surroundings.
respect. What do you do with respect? You need money.
Mm. Thank you so
I work
much.
with
We have
India.
12.
I work with India and Pakistan. I've never had issue. I've never,
Mm.
because why? If they say left, I'm going left. If they say right, I'm going right. That's how it was. My problem was the
Please,
money.
few minutes. We have 12 minutes more, and we have Adorable here. Hello, Adorable.
Hello, good evening. Good evening,
Good
everyone.
evening. How are you doing?
I'm fine, please. How
Please
are
tell
you?
us where you're streaming from, and then go ahead with your contribution.
Yeah, I'm here in Dubai. Actually,
Wow,
I
we have
saw
another
your
sister from
notification.
Dubai. Okay.
Yeah, I saw your notification, so I just said let me join in, even though I don't really know what
Okay.
you're
It's
discussing.
almost the end. We have less than 10 minutes. So we just said we should
Okay.
hear your voice. Thanks so much for joining. We are live every Wednesday and Friday, 7 p.m. UAE time. We are sharing our experiences as Africans in the diaspora. We use any country as a case study, but because I have most of my followers are in Dubai, or let me say they're in UAE. We usually talk about UAE. We talk about our experiences from maybe when you heard about UAE, from whoever that assisted you in traveling, your experience from the first day you entered UAE, like your accommodation experience, your job hunting, finally working, your experience with colleagues and your bosses. Like we just share everything.
Okay. I think
Yeah,
I have bypassed your live. Quite
yeah.
sometimes I stay, but I'm not just like I'm not frequent on your live. I see you. I think we
Okay.
follow each other, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I've seen you before. Like this, your
yes,
profile, like I'm sure I've seen it before.
and I go through your videos sometimes, so but just that I'm not
Mhm.
regular with your live stream.
Okay.
But then it is what, oh, thank you for the gift. So my own little contribution regarding UAE, well, we thank God for UAE.
Mm.
There was a time of my life where I used to tell God, I used to, I specifically thank God for a country like UAE, that for Africans we're able to come here almost like very easy, unlike until when things become, I mean, as tough as it is. Before it was just um almost like free, just coming to UAE. You just get, you don't need to apply for anything. You just get, you apply your visa, like, you sit in your house and you get your visa and all of that. By the way, I'm Nigerian, and
Mm.
it was like that when I got in this country. But getting into the country on its own is another struggle for you to get a job and all of that. But we thank God. Thank God. It was not easy, but we still thank God for His grace, because I know quite a few of my friends that have been in this country and they have good tales to say. For me, I would say it's been good, bad, and ugly, but
Mm.
in and all, I still have the cause to say thank you to God for, at least back home. If home is very good, I think some of us will not be here.
Mm-hmm.
But then we have a place at least to still come to, and then we can still say we are surviving. I
Mm-hmm.
think for me, to an extent, UAE is a stepping stone. At the same time, it's for survival. Um, Sometimes when I'm at the point of, I will not say regret, but casting back your mind and you're asking yourself that, okay, in so number of years I've been here, what have I really been able to put together? Have I really been able to achieve goals? Because you must set goals for yourself of what you want to. When I first got into this country, I told myself I'm giving myself 3 to 5 years max, and I want to go back home and say I want to have my own stuff. I want to have my own things, get going. My sister, 5 years is not 5 years. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you. So, but in all and all, we are not begging. We are not. I had my own very ugly experience last year in this country, where when the whole visa thing started, despite I've got my own visa, there was still no work. Like, it was that bad. But you know, if God help you and you meet people that, you know, could open your eyes to opportunities.
Hello, Grand Steve. Thanks for joining.
But in everything, we just have to thank God.
Hmm.
You have to thank God. There are people that are from here, they have moved to UK, moved to America.
Yeah.
A friend of mine today
Hmm.
entered America from UAE here.
Hmm.
Today she entered America. So
Wow.
I know my
Well,
own too
that's
will
just
come
it.
just
Thank you so
as
much
many
for
of
your
us also.
contribution.
Amen.
Thank you so much. May God continue to increase you. And as you're aiming to grow, may God grant your heart desire. Like, it's
Amen.
really a
Thank
thing
you
to
for having me.
congratulate her. It's not easy. We all are hoping that maybe we'll spend a year or 2 years or 3 years here, but it turns out to be some people are spending 5, 10 years and they are still here. But we are not giving up. All thanks to God, we are not begging. At least we have food and we are taking care of our immediate family members. So, hello, Grand Tivo. Hello. Hello, Stevo boss. Guys, I cannot keep taking guests because I
Yes,
have
my
6 minutes
sister. Good
more.
evening.
Good
My
evening,
network.
Grand Stevo. How are you doing? Thanks for joining my live stream. MZ Global, bro, please, I'm just begging. Can you please just share your experience next week, Wednesday? Because right now I have just 6 minutes. I have to go. I have 2 hours to give you guys every
It's
Wednesday
fine.
and Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, please, please.
All
For
right.
I'm
six
glad to
minutes,
have
people
you.
can talk in two
Okay.
minutes. People can talk in two
Yeah,
minutes. It's fine.
that's why I accepted his request. He's here already. So just tell us something and we'll continue by
I'm not here to talk. No,
Wednesday.
no. I'm not here to share my experience today. I just wanted to say hi. Honestly, I don't feel like you should go. To be honest, I was like, just stay because the more people share, the more we learn. That's
Yeah,
just a
problem,
fact.
but come on to see me.
Hey, even Chairman Alpha.
This is my close man. That means
You
it was
understand
me
what
and
I'm
him dey
talking
do
about?
all time. Me and him business selling. Now
Guys,
my business.
Tigo, please mute yourself.
You see him well,
Ah,
sir.
wait. Shift off for light so people want to
Grand
safe.
Tigo, please. Okay,
Yeah,
we can continue.
I was like, you shouldn't go because the more people share their
Mm,
experience, the more we learn. You understand? Yeah, and
mm.
a lot of people are watching and people are learning as well. So it's not like I want to share mine today. The next week, the following week, I'll share mine. But at
Thank you
least I
so
actually
much.
enjoyed the one. You're welcome. I actually enjoyed what my sister said. Adorable. The little experience she just shared now, just like a starter up or a starter pack. You
Mm.
understand? Yeah. So I don't have much to say. I'll just listen, and next week I'll share my. It's terrible,
Thank you
but
so much. I really do appreciate.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Hello, Grand
Mother,
Steve.
can you get me now?
Yes, sir.
Thank you first. Thank you for everything. I really enjoy watching your program.
Oh my.
It looks very simple and very educative. And for what I have listened for the short time that I joined, for me, it's all about faith. What I have gotten from the guy that got his visa to UK, and
Mm.
if you see the way he did things with the confidence, it's just on one thing, faith.
Yeah.
And I have come to realize in UAE or in life as whole, there is one thing that I came to understand is one, never give up.
Mm.
Two, always and always drive closer to God.
Mm.
Three, things might delay today or even in 10 years' time, but by
Mm.
God's grace, when God opens the door for you, you might use 1 year or 2 years. You will do something in your life or in this UAE that somebody that has been there before you for the past 10 years has not been able to achieve those things. You understand? Number one, you try, at least you know me when I was living in Abu Hel. You understand the circumstances, the things that I was facing, like I earlier explained to you. But I said to myself, it is not me. I will never go back home and I will never bow down, neither will I give up. Once you have that notion in your mind, it goes with your dreams. Things will only delay, but you will always get to the level that you want to get. It's like step by step. You can't just get up and you fly. It is impossible. Yeah, like the brother earlier said, sometimes you might like be going forward, you meet ups and downs. But the reality about it is when you are facing difficulties, don't give up. Don't like, oh, my world is finished. Ask yourself questions. What is happening? Because my father always said to me, when things are going straight the way you want, it means the future ahead is not clear. But when things are going bend, like the road that cars are going through, it means the future is bright. Now, I would just like talk about the job issue in UAE. For sure, we all know the system in this country. Number one, I had my younger brother, my blood brother. I bring him back in UAE. That was 6 years ago. You cannot imagine that when this guy came, he entered, like, for example, today. He slept and we did his CV like the next day and we put online. Immediately we put online, not up to 5 minutes, my sister. A company in Abu Dhabi called him for that interview, and that interview was 3-phase interview. He went for that interview, he make it, and he worked for that company for 4 good years. And he was working there as a supervisor in one construction company which is owned by the Sheikh in Abu Dhabi. They did to construct road, the bridges. It was a very, very huge company. You imagine somebody coming to you in not up to 24 hours, and then the person already secured a job. Now, at that stage, even the person that called him, the HR, like, how long have you been here? He said, I just came in last night. And the man said, and you put CV how long? He said, not up to 5 minutes that I apply. The man said, and I call, he said, the man said, what is your name? He said, Sinclair. He said, which country? He said, Cameroon. And this guy had to tell him that you are a lucky guy. He replied to him, I know. He didn't say thank you. He said, I know. And the man asked him, what do you mean by I know? He said, I knew I will not take long and I'll get the job. So you see that before he was coming back, before he left home to Dubai, he had that faith. Yes, 100% sure. We might have that faith sometimes, but it does not go the way it wants. It is not that God has abandoned you. No, it is because God has the right time that he has seen that this will be the right time that he will give you what you want. So, but by the time that we try to do it our own way, we will get out of track and we'll get lost on what we want. Because per my experience, I always tell everybody, to be very honest with you, my sister, UAE, like that sister said, is a stepping stone, but at the same time, for me, Steve, it's a very, very, very blessed land. That when you walk by faith, you will achieve whatever you want. There is a saying that we Africans always say in UAE, now places where African people can't work money be house. How can you yourself, you are out for hustling, and then you have that notion in your mindset.
Yeah.
So spiritually, you have defeated your inner mind. You have defeated yourself already. So when somebody is saying that, always like say to yourself, this is where I will make the money to do whatever I want to have in life. And from here, I will go further. I have seen like a lot of things also, and I will still share with you with one of my friends that came here. She was working back home as a teacher, ending 25,000. She was my neighbor. That lady is now in UK. I'm sure you know her. Her name is Melvis. So when she came here, she got a job. She was working in one visa company. They were paying her 800 dirham, no accommodation. She took the job. And when I asked her, why did you take the job? She said, back home, I was earning 25,000 as a teacher, and they were not giving me house. And you know, I was paying house 10,000. So it means I was left with 15,000. And she has one kid back then, one child back there. But she was still doing the job. And then yet I've gotten a job for 800. If you convert it to what I was earning back home, it's 20 times or 50 times bigger than what I was earning. And then she said to me, from here, I will go higher. And I said to her, amen. As we speak today, that lady has been in Korea, I think South Korea, like that, about 6 years now. She came here, she
Wow.
met a guy. The guy got married to her and they moved to Korea. When she got to Korea, she gave birth to twins.
Wow, double blessing.
She's a very popular lady. She's also online. You can imagine.
Yeah, someone is here confirming that he knows her.
Good. So she was my neighbor. So you can imagine with the words that came out from her mouth, deliver what she wanted.
Yeah.
So despite the fact that we comes to this country and we stay for like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 1 year, we don't have a job, it does not mean our life has ended. We still have to be positive because a better future is ahead of us to come in this same land. All what we need to do is to be positive. But from the time that we try to start thinking other alternative to make money, from that moment that you start cheating somebody or using your body for money, like going out for prostitution or going out for stealing, whatever you do, at that particular moment that you are doing that, you have automatically shut the door that God was to open for you to achieve what you want to achieve.
Because you're
So
trying to push things by yourself
that is
instead
it.
of you to let the will of God to be done.
That is it. So
Yeah.
this is how, from my own experience, the life is all about. I have been in this country for 1 year, 6 months without a job, with my wife in the house with me, nothing. And we end up at that particular moment, I lose that lady, which you are aware, you know everything. And I was beaten in that same room and I was being chased away in that same room. And I moved out and I went upstairs and I almost commit suicide. And I said to myself, I will not do such thing. But I said to myself, no matter what is happening, I will not go back home to Cameroon. After that incident, I lost my elder brother, my leg, everything that I went through. But I said to myself, it is just God that is like trying to straighten my life and I will not give up or keep pushing. To be very honest with you, today is a different story. I cannot tell you that I'm 100% satisfied, but still, I thank God for the little and I know a bigger one is ahead of us to come. So, one thing that we have to do to deal with in life, like I understood in UAE, my sister, is all about faith. Yes, it's all about faith. We take it or we leave it.
Faith, patience, and discipline, self-discipline.
Good. Everything will go our way. That is how UAE is. Yes, for sure. And one thing that I came the last time when we were talking with somebody, I spoke to somebody, and that person asked me, was a pastor. He said to me, why did you move to UAE? I said, I don't know. Somebody makes me to come to UAE. Then last time I was reading the Bible, I went through, I forgot that topic, the chapter in the Bible, I think in Genesis. When it's Aaron that kills the brother, the Bible tells us that God punished him and sent him to the desert. So, per what we know and what I understood, it's only there in the desert that when you go there as a Christian, you have to have good faith in order to make it, because God sent that guy there as a punishment. But us Christian comes there now at the end of the day for hustling. You understand? So we also always need to look where we are going to or where we are and try to look the biography or the history of that place on how it was created. When we find out that from the day that I discovered that that guy was sent in the desert and where I belong to is a desert, from that day I said to myself, no matter how it is still the land that God created and I will still make it in the land.
Grand Stivo, please. You know, we are live every Wednesday and Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. This is already 7 minutes past 9 p.m. Please, I have to go. Can we continue next week?
You can, my dear.
Abayo 90, thanks for the gift. He has been spreading love. He has given gifts to everybody. Like, we appreciate you. And all those who have given their testimonies, we appreciate you. Like, all your contributions, your testimony, and your words of encouragement, they are going a long way to help to save souls. And people are being motivated. Grand Steve, we'll continue with your testimony next week. And MD, is it MD Global? Thanks. Oh, Mr. Tolaji speaks. Thanks for joining. I've not been able to join you live. I always feel guilty and I'm sorry about it. I see all your invites, but I'm not really chanced even to have these 2 hours to come every Wednesday and Friday. I really work hard to have it. So, guys, please pardon me. I have to go. It's time we continue next week. We even have a voice
Sister, you
note
can live
here.
the life now. You can live the life and you'll be doing
Oh my
whatever you want to do.
God.
Yes. Yes, thank you,
Please,
Abayo. Thank you,
please,
sir.
let's
Thank you, Mr.
continue next
Toladi. Thank you
week.
so much.
All right. Well understood. Thank you so much for your time. God bless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, I love you all so much, and let's keep spreading positive vibes, words of encouragement, and our testimonies. See you guys
Amen.
next week, Wednesday.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you so much.